must tell me when we're going. I think that's a tricky one. What's happening, guys? This is Dr. Martin, your boy. Once again, you know, the CEO and founder of Regenesis World Club. What's happening, guys? This is Dr. Martin, your boy. Once again, you know, the CEO and founder of Regenesis World Club. This is my very first vlog that I'm doing, and this session is a one-on-one with myself, and I will be telling you guys all that you ever need to know about me. So I'll be going through a couple of questions that we drafted down for you guys to know what I do, what I'm about, and what it is that I actually do for a living. So my name is Dr. Martin on Instagram. You can go follow the boy there. That is Dr.Martin __, as you already know. So I have the first question that so the first question is based on how I grew up. So you guys already know who I am. For the guys who actually don't follow me, you can go on my Instagram to go look at what I do. I'm a full-time forex trader, the CEO and founder of Regenesis Wealth Club. This is a company that deals with the financial markets. We teach and we train people on how to trade, and that's what we do for a living. Now, talking about my upbringing, I would say that I didn't have the very like a very comfortable and very nice upbringing to like the middle or like the high class. So I grew up in the hood. Obviously, I'm from Soweto, Orlando. For those of you who know me, you know what it is. So we're from Soweto. And obviously when I grew up as a small boy who always had the dreams of becoming a great man in the society. And obviously I've been able to attain whatever standard that I do have now and whatever level I'm at right now through hard work. But obviously growing up, I always had dreams and had aspirations of being to specific places and greater heights in life. I am a twin. I do have a twin brother. His name is Stylish Keys on Instagram. So we grew up together, and I went to a primary school called the Dow Primary School in Soweto. This is a primary school that is, that's a government school. So this is a government school that I actually went to. I did my grade 1 to grade 6 there. From there, I left and I went to Dlamini, I think. Yeah, I went to Dlamini. I did my grade 7 at Lilydale, school called Lilydale. I went to matriculate back in Orlando, and after that I went to Wits. So I'll talk a bit more about Wits on a later question, but that is how I actually grew up. I grew up in a household that had, I can't even remember the number, but I mean, you know, there was quite a few of us in the house. So yeah, that's how I actually grew up. I mean, subjects. Well, I've always been a scientific guy. I've always liked engaging myself into spaces that make me think. So I've always been a critical thinker. So obviously, even in high school, I went for the most mind-stretching subjects, and I did the science stream. So I did the science stream in high school, and obviously that was in preparation for what I would later do after high school. So I did the science stream in high school. After that, I went to Wits, and then at Wits, that's when I actually did architecture. So I did architecture at the Witwatersrand University. Yeah, I did architecture in the University of Wits, and I did 2 years in that field. I never really finished my degree because obviously at the time I didn't have enough funds to finish. But that's what I did for a whole 2 years. I was there enrolled as a full-time student. I passed both my years. I'm just left with 1 year, right? So I didn't just drop out. I finished everything. So I've got like, yeah, a 2-year experience in the architectural field, and yeah, that's what I did. So I did architecture in the Wits University. That's the last thing I did when it comes to education. So educational stuff, I did architecture, and I didn't even finish my degree. I just did a whole 2 years, and I'm still left with 1 year. So yeah. One thing people don't know about me, I think it's quite difficult to say because I'm honestly like an open book. Like what you saw on the Instagram is what you find when you meet me. Like, I'm a very honest guy. I'm a very humble guy. I would say that people probably don't know that I love God so much, which I obviously portray even on my Instagram. So I think that's quite a difficult question to kind of tackle. You know what I'm saying? So it would be difficult for me to answer that because I mean, people know a lot about me, and also the fact that like I'm deeply vested onto my marriage as well. That's also like very public. So I try to at least be as honest as I possibly can on Instagram. What I show people is what I want people to see about my life, and what's not on the internet is what I probably don't want people to see. So I think that should be it. Like, people know everything about me. What you see on the social media is what you will find when you meet me. Everything is transparent. I'm not lying about Jack. I'm not lying about anything. Everything that's on there is what I am. That's who I am. So I don't really think there's anything that people don't know about me. So how did I start my trading career? That's quite an interesting question because I mean, who wouldn't know how I started trading? You know, especially if you follow me and you see the work I do, you're obviously interested in knowing how I started. So it was back in 2017, as I did say that I did architecture in the University of Vid. So that year things were not so good. It was just after I had, lost my bursary for the year 2016. So I obviously had to then be on a gap year, arrange funds to go back to school. That year was a year I was actually planning on gathering funds and seeing what I could possibly do at the time for me to go back to varsity. And a friend of mine just came to me and said, bro, like, try this thing out. This was Forex. He said, bro, try this thing out. Maybe you can maybe make a couple of bucks, because this was after a couple of attempts of getting a job. That time I tried getting a job a number of times in the architectural field. I remember this one time I was working with this other lady, and there wasn't anything that was coming in, but work was being done. And I was like, ish, yeah, this is not what I want to do. And I think I got a job like at some firm. This was in Malberton, and I used to live in Soweto. So Malberton to Soweto was actually quite a distance. And I thought to myself that this is not worth it, because even the amount of money I was going to get there was like 4,000, 5,000. I really can't remember card world. But I mean, that time I was so desperate and I was so stranded, and I had to make a plan. And that's when the guy came to me and said, bro, maybe you can try this thing out. Then I actually Googled about it. I started on IQ options. This is binary options. So I started on binary options. That's when I was trading binary. And from that time, I think I kind of pushed myself to know more about the industry. I then researched more about the industry and got to a website called babypips.com. So that website, I got there. And when I got there, I actually started gaining a lot of information and data. As I was learning the thing, like, that's the more I fell in love with it. So the passion really came for the charts even before I saw the money, just from the promises I got from studying and actually searching the materials that would give me more information and knowledge about trading. And obviously that time I had to gather as much information as I possibly could, because I was then convinced that this is what I want to do. This thing is really what's going to work. So yeah, that's how I started. 2017, I was very desperate and stranded. I needed a way out, and I obviously got into trading, started on binary options, and then from binary options I went into baby pips. Baby pips, guys, don't sleep on that thing. Hey, babypips.com, that's where I got to. And from there, I just expanded my knowledge. I learned everything. I finished Baby Pips in 3 months as well. The way I was so hungry, I would spend 20 plus hours in front of my computer that time, just trying to learn and understand the structure and markets, and obviously trying to gain information and knowledge about the industry. That's how I started trading, man. I would say 2020, right? So the question is 2020 recap. So I would say 2020 was actually quite a year. People would know that there was COVID in 2020. COVID actually took away so many lives, and we pray that God really comforts those that lost their loved ones. But I mean, for me, 2020 was more of a year that really taught me so much. So I had a lot of time to actually kind of reflect on the meaning of life, and to actually try and understand what life really is about. So I really tried to get to spend more time with the ones I love, because I get to understand that life is so unpredictable. and at the same time I got more time to spend with my charts, and that really fine-tuned my skill. I think 2020 is one of the years that actually made me be where I am, because I got more time to spend on my charts. And I'm so happy with this year that all my friends are winning, all my circle is winning, bro. Like, my brother's winning, my friends are winning, every single one that's around me is winning because they got more time to spend on their charts. So I think on a larger scale, 2020 was a bad year globally. I can't dispute that. But from personal level, I would say that 2020 was actually a really good year, because that taught us how to actually start pushing from within. You know, it taught us how to be happy from the inside out. So we don't really get excitement and happiness from the things that we see outside, but we really try to create them from inside, and we take it out to the world. So 2020 was really like an insightful year for me, and this is a lesson that I could never exchange for anything in the world. That's how my 2020 was like, bro. So what's next for Regenesis World Club? As you guys know, Regenesis is not here to play. We are not here to play games, guys. We are here to take over the industry, not undermining any other mentor that's out there, but obviously we're trying to set a specific tone for ourselves and our brand. And I think one of the things that actually stand out with the way we trade is the quality that we put onto our chart work. So our charts are really defined so nicely. There's a fine tune on how we actually mark up our charts that's actually different from what every other guy is doing in South Africa. Yeah, I think that's probably because I was mentored by guys from the overseas, so I draw a lot of inspiration from those guys, and I think they set like a really great example for me to actually learn from them as the CEO of the brand. So I really try to not what can I say? I really try not to limit myself to actually thinking in a box and from a frame and a scale of South Africa. So I think one of the biggest plans that we have on the coming year is to actually expand ourselves across the continent first, and obviously the rest will then come later. So next year, 2021, is a year that we're going out to Namibia, we're going out to Zambia, we're going out to Tanzania, we're going out to all the other countries that have actually asked us to come onto there. And what we want to do is to also establish offices there and have our own mentors there, just as we do have in South Africa. So that's the next biggest thing that we want to have. And obviously what I personally plan on doing on Regenesis is to duplicate myself as much as I possibly can, to create more people that can actually look at the markets the same way I kind of look at the market. So I would say that's the next biggest thing that I personally aspire and wish to see on the year 2021. An advice that I would give to an upcoming trader, this is something I always preach about, something that people know about. I would say, bro, focus on yourself. Don't be pressured by what you see on the social media. You are doing good, you're doing okay, as much as you're able to put in the time. I mean, if you're watching this video right now, that means you're that hungry. So I mean, just be comfortable with whatever amount you're able to make for now, and be content with where you are, because I mean, the amount of knowledge that you've accumulated for now is just enough to push you to the next level. So I would say that embrace what you have room to grow, but also don't pressurize yourself from what you see on the social media, because not everything you see on the internet is real. The fact that it's on the internet doesn't mean it exists, and the fact that it's not on the media doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So be comfortable with whatever amount you're making for now, and as time goes by, you'll obviously grow into being whatever trader you aspire to be. Just keep your eyes on the line, bro. Keep your eyes on the line. Make sure that you calculate every single decision you take in your life, and the next thing you know, you would have leveled up, bro. That's what I can say. That's what I can say, man. I've got so many plans in my head that I can't really share online, but obviously I've got so many plans that are ready to shake the industry. I've got so many plans that are ready to shake the world. I've got so many plans that are ready to even push me to start working as of today. So I think 2020 is just a level up year for me. 2021 is actually like a crazy year. So 2020 was just enough to level up. 2021, bro, it's gonna be a movie, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I don't even want to talk about it. It's gonna be crazy, bro. Like, I've got so many things in mind. The first thing that I want to do is I wanna revamp the whole brand. I wanna revamp the whole brand, starting with myself. As you can see right now, the rebranding has started, and we want to do the rebrand on the company as well. We wanna get our foot onto each and every business that we possibly can actually set our foot on. So 2021 is actually quite an exciting year. It's a year to actually look forward to. So I really look forward to 2021.